Good evening, JJ Buckner.
What's going on, man?
How are you, buddy?
I'm good. I feeling good, man. I had
Yeah.
a okay day. I had the
Mm,
kids today, second day in
mm.
a row.
Yikes.
So any mom or dad who has been part-time stay at home or full-time stay at home for a while, they kind of understand how the past day's been. I'll say this, during the day, it's usually pretty fine because I have the kids 3 days a week from sun up to sundown. And whenever I get to like dinner time, that's whenever it's very stressful. That's whenever they're sick and tired of dad. They're
Hmm.
ready to see mom. They've been cooped up inside, or I try to keep them busy, but it's been one
They're
of those days.
they're hangry.
Hangry, yes.
Yeah, man. I totally,
Sorry.
totally, I totally understand that.
Yeah. So it's other than that though, it's been good. Got to hit the gym to just kind of get back to my. So I text Lindsay. I was like, I need a break. So she's like, she walked through the door. She's like, go to the gym. I'm like, all right, good. So I'm refreshed, good to go, and talking
My
about something that I know you and I, even though it's not very exciting, but a
Yeah,
lot of people should know about this.
yeah. I'll give you my update. This is probably the last time we're gonna record before I'm back to work. Back to
Yikes!
work.
How you feel about that?
I, I can't speak for every teacher. I'm only speaking for myself. By the last 2 to 3 weeks of summer, you're ready to go back. Even pre-kids too. Like I need that routine. I like, having structure and I really love teaching. So I'm sure by mid-September I'll be like, I hate this. But no, I'm pretty pumped. It's what's say Tuesday? Today's Tuesday. Tomorrow I'm going out to Portland, Oregon to complete the old Portland to Portland in 2 weeks. My wife and I will be out there till Sunday night. We're home at 10 and I'm at work Monday. But I'll tell you this
That's
is kind of
crazy.
cool thing about going back to work, which I am kind of excited about. Every year, teachers do before the kids come back. They do like a couple of days. We call them like superintendent's conference days, and generally they'll have people like come in and or like they'll update us on all the new special ed procedures, like when they change all of our bathrooms to unisex, like we needed to know about that they like every bath, things like that we need to know about. They love to boast like we changed the roof, we I hope you saw we paved the teachers parking lot, like stuff like that. Anyway, this year they're doing an opportunity, or they're having one full day where teachers from the district can present to other teachers in the district. I think they're calling it like Camp Scio or something like that. And generally, it's just student based. So, like, if you had a certain lesson or something like that, but this year they let us open it. They opened it to our interest, everything, like an opportunity to get to know us. Like, people put weird things on the list, like kayaking down the river. Well, for years, I have applied for this for talking about teacher retirement, our retirement system in the district, our 403B, our 457, our pension, things like that. And every year it gets rejected because, like I said, it had to be student based. So this year, when I put in for it, I got it, and my text blew up. Like, already signed up for your thing. Already signed up because I talked to so many teachers in the district, and so many of them are like, Brad, you should do like an after school thing. You should do something with us to talk because we need to know about this. And I'm always like, I don't like giving unsolicited advice. Like, I really don't. When people come to me, I'll tell them, they find out about the platform, I'll tell them my knowledge, but I'm not the guy that walks up to people like, you should really be doing this, or
Right.
have you, no passively managed or actively managed funds for you. I'm not like that. But here, if I could present to people and then people can sign up and I know it's not unsolicited, I'm so pumped to help so many teachers in the district. It's going to be so sick because, like I said, the people I talk to is, me at work, I keep a really small knit circle. Like, none of them have my phone numbers, no friends at work. That's how I operate. But my my retirement system and my pension is so complicated that so many people just avoid it altogether. And I'll tell you this, like, one of the things I'm going to be talking to them about is how our pension really isn't going to pay the bills. I mean, our pension is okay. It's fine. I'm probably still in retirement going to make more than the average salary across the country, but still, It's with inflation and things like that, it's not a lot. So I really want to drive home that you can't depend on it. Social Security, who knows? Right now, it's saying we should still have it, but who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
Maybe it's going to pay back student loans or whatever. And then, there's then there's there's just so many other things like the 403b and the 457 that I want to talk to them about. And one of the things I was going to ask you tonight. Do you know what our favorite? What our most listened to or most downloaded episode is?
Roth IRA.
It is.
Yep.
And one of the questions I get a lot that I want you to remind me, we won't start with it, but remind me to talk about Roth options inside the 401k and the 403b, because we wanted to redo a Roth episode. One, because it was our most downloaded episode. I think it was like 9. It was early. And a lot of things have changed. And we've gotten a lot of feedback like, hey, could you talk about this, that, the other thing? And I don't think in that episode we really touched upon the Roth option that some people have in their 401k, 403b, and 457. So I just want to remind you to remind me if I have a couple good vibes here and I forget what we're talking about.
Yeah, no worries, dude. I'll do my best.
Now, I will start the episode with, I just said that I don't give unsolicited advice, right? And we are not financial advisors by any means. We are a bunch of guys on the internet under the influence. Like, please just take it with a grain of salt here. I think if there's anything that you and I really would push somebody up against the wall about, it's to utilize the Roth IRA.
Yeah.
In my years of YouTube, going from Baby Steps Brad in 2016 to now, my opinions on pretty much everything that has to do with money has changed, with the exception of the Roth IRA. I still feel as strongly about, there's really two things that I've been like on the fence. You can't talk about it. Like the Roth IRA and that whole life insurance is a scam. Those are the only two things that since day one of my personal finance career, my opinion on it has not changed at all.
I could probably say the same thing.
Yeah. So
yeah, I mean, go ahead.
But the only thing that really has changed about it, and I think this is true for you, because I know we have a little bit different opinions. I once said, pay off your debts before the Roth. My opinion is now not that 100%.
You're saying you would invest while paying off debt?
I think, yes, I think there's 2 times we should invest while we're paying off debt, and that's a company match into a 401k, 403b, or 457.
Yeah. And
your Roth IRA. But we can talk about the other ones. But yeah, the Roth.
Let me give you some pushback on that real quick, because I agree with you, and I think I've always kind of believed that. The only thing that I think would be different for me, or that I would say otherwise to not invest while paying off debt, is if you're talking like credit card debt or something like super high interest rate. High
interest, also age is like a kind of big deal for me. Like if you're a little bit older in age and you're really not going to see the true 20 to 30 year compounding effects of the Roth IRA, I would probably say like, getting rid, if you're in your probably even 40 or above, maybe if you have high interest debt, that's one position where I'd say paying off high interest debt at your age is probably a little bit more important than the Roth IRA. But that's a super, super fine line and very, very like particular for the person.
Absolutely. Yeah. Everything is so, like, that's what people got to understand too, is like, you can hear Brad and I give our opinions on things, and other people on the internet give their opinion on things, and other podcasts and the FIRE movement and all that stuff. But like, you can, like, what I just would test everyone listening is like, try to soak in as much information from different people as possible, and then like form your own opinion. Cause like, that's kind of what I did. I mean, I remember starting out in 2014, not knowing, anything about money really, or like investing basically. Like I was always a good saver, but I didn't know much about the Roth IRA, or I didn't know what to invest in inside my 401k. And that's just started I started the journey of finding Dave Ramsey, of reading blog posts. Didn't really listen to podcasts back then because they weren't really popping yet. But mostly blog posts, books every now and then like watching videos on YouTube from what I could find back in 2014. But I just wanted to say, with us saying the whole high interest rate and stuff, like listen, but also like form your own opinion, make sure that works best for you. But most of the time, I'm gonna say, if you got high interest debt, pay the shit off. It
Definitely.
sucks. It
No,
sucks.
no, it's like they're almost like mile runs. Like when you get done,
Yes.
no one's ever like, damn it, why did I go on that run?
So
no
true.
no one is ever like, damn it, why did I pay off that 18% credit card debt?
Yep. That's
Let's start super basic, only because I know the people that I know that are listening. Some of them, they need super basic. First and foremost, the Roth IRA, okay, individual retirement account, is something you need to do. It doesn't have to do with your job or anything like that. And it's not an investment. It's a type of account. All right. So you have your checking account, your savings account at the bank. You have a CD that you can open. Then you have your employee sponsored retirement accounts. Those are things like your 401k, 457, and 403b. Those are things you set up at work. Outside of that, individual retirement accounts, you have things like a SEP, maybe a traditional, or a Roth. This is a type of account, not an investment. And we'll talk about investments that could go inside that account, but this is something just like going to the bank to open up a savings account or a checking account. You are going to go to a brokerage and you are going to open a Roth IRA, and then you are going to make investments in it. So you want to just mention like what brokerages, major brokerages, where would, like, people know Chase Bank, they know Capital One, they know Bank of America. When they're looking to open a Roth IRA, where are we looking?
I'd say probably most popular, like most sought after, is companies like Vanguard, Fidelity, Charles Schwab, like the big name players like that. Yeah. Those are probably like top three that pop up in my head. Mm-hmm. Like when I'm talking to family or something and they're asking about a Roth IRA, I helped my sister-in-law and I helped my brother start their Roth IRAs. Both of them started one with Vanguard. That's kind of like the true and tested, place to really invest. That's where all my retirement accounts are with Vanguard. So that's if people are asking me, that's usually where I'm saying, like, Fidelity, Vanguard, Charles Schwab, like, you really can't go wrong.
It's like Glock or Sig. It doesn't matter. They'll get the job done. It just depends on which one
have your favorite.
Yeah, like frankly, I am a Vanguard because that's like the first one I learned about when I started reading books like The Simple Path to Wealth. And like that's just where Vanguard just came up more, which is what led me there.